Hello and welcome to Dario's Comic School, and this video is for the guy called Chuck Gibson. And I commented to your post 3 hours ago, and then YouTube blocked my commenting features for 24 hours. It did that a couple of days ago. I don't know really why. I can just suspect that when I point out certain things, something triggers. And yeah, in this video I will talk about my gear, about my projects, about my thoughts as an artist or a comic artist, or trying to be kind of a professional comic artist. We will unpack this one and I will show you what I got in here. And if you want to stay for a massive ramble and rant, please be my guest. I think this will be a deep talk. So where do we start? So let's start. Chuck, I will get to you in a second and I will show you my equipment. Well, let me start at the beginning. So I always wanted to be a comic artist. I love comics. I sacrificed a lot of my life to get to a certain level of mastery. I'm sure I have not quite yet achieved it. This is a double page spread page I wanted to do for rock and roll vampire hunters, and as you can see, I'm trying to draw a beautiful Buick and a beautiful scene, and I'm writing this, and I wanted to do this in a month, and this is German A3 format. Where do I have a comic book? Well, they usually are everywhere. Like, can you see this? This is like US comic book format, and I'm kind of drawing in the original size. I was just putting on this paper. It's a bit thicker, but it's not anywhere expensive, so it's just common good paper. And I was drawing this up at the end of August. And then some job opportunities came along and stopped me in my tracks. I wanted to do this comic in 30 days, and I didn't. I was just getting in the cash, and it stopped me in my tracks, and probably nobody's to blame, but I will come to a conclusion. So I will tell you about something about creativity and creating stuff, and what I'm kind of struggling with, and probably other people are struggling with. These are drawings for my card game. I kind of am creating a trading card game, but it's on the back burner right now. And my whole room here is full with trading card games and studying. And I was also looking at some of Sam Oven's tips, and we'll come to this also in a second, because I'm kind of struggling to get the money in and doing the things I think would progress me along my path. But, well, that's a personal problem, but it could also be like a structural problem or a societal problem. And so my solution for that was, I will come to these books also in a second, to kind of read up how I might be able to monetize YouTube. And maybe that could be a love child to create videos where I can help you or share my process. You watch them, then I create products, you like them, you buy them. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing complicated here. And at the same time, I was reading up on Stephen Pressfield's Gates of Fire. And I'm the kind of guy, I'm the Braveheart kind of guy. I don't know, I might be kind of stupid, but maybe I'm not. because like lately I was reading up on Sam Ovens, and he said check your personality type, and I am the extrovert, intuitive, feeling, perceiving, and this is what I drew up for my calendar this month. And I don't know, I'm always I'm always a bit into Matrix, and so I'm looking up some videos on wage slavery and purpose, and trying to I don't know, break the matrix with like maybe I can bring something beautiful to the people and get paid for that. And it worked, but sometimes it didn't make me happy. I will go into the equipment in a second. So Chuck, and then I have also like sometimes. Let me show you. I have a job coming up for pictures or paintings, I would say, on a canvas. I will draw a Tina Turner on a canvas, and sometimes, as you can see here, I have this babe up here. It's not yet ready, and it's not super great, but yeah, sometimes I also do paintings, inked stuff, altars on magic cards, and just a bunch of stuff. There are unfinished altars up there, and yeah. And sometimes I think, like, how can you do it? Like, how can you do the art thing, and how do you find the finances? Because sometimes I just lately I had a few jobs, and I had also great jobs, good jobs, but nothing satisfies me in the long run. Like I always come back that I have to be somehow my own boss. And as you can see here, possible jobs, income sources, comics, storyboards, illustration, trading card games, board games. This is where I probably need to go, or teaching workshops, or, well, some or most of these things I've already done in a way. I got paid for comic jobs, I got paid for storyboard jobs, for illustration, for making trading cards, for making a board game. But I always switched, and also like teaching workshops was very cool and lucrative. But sometimes, sometimes we gotta look at Tina Turner boobs. Yeah. So I never really got satisfied. And I'm trying to make this YouTube thing like work, like producing videos as good as I can and trying to provide value. And I know when I have a David Finch, a Jay Lee, like that stuff finds an audience, that stuff gets viewed, those things sell. And that's okay, that's good. I think that's popular. I have different channels. I have also a channel about watches and Casio watches, and those are hugely popular. They generate like a lot of views all the time. And that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are different popularity stages. But I really wanted to do this YouTube thing, and I see this as my main channel because, like, I think that's my main thing right now. Drawing, creating, probably teaching, or not just teaching. Like, there are people that are better than me, but just sharing my process so that people that come behind me or want to learn something get to know things I didn't know, or probably like just learn new things, or see, okay, this guy's doing it this way, maybe I can do it in a similar way, or, just sharing knowledge. And it kind of gets demotivated when YouTube randomly, or maybe not so randomly, but they don't really tell you, like, I don't know if they have to, but I don't want to blame them, because like YouTube needs to get their ad revenue in, or Google, and if something goes wrong, they just shut you down. Like they don't care, probably because it's more important that the whole system works. But what I found very frustrating is that a couple of hours ago, I was commenting on Chuck's comment. Like Chuck is I don't know, he's I guess around 50, and probably he's a comic book inker, and he worked back there in the Wildstorm days, and like really cool that he wrote me and we had a dialogue, and I was telling him because that's another point, like we're losing expertise. We're just back in the days, and we're not losing expertise. I think you can find it on the internet or something like that. But there in art, there in painting, in whatever craft there was always like this master and apprenticeship relationship, and we have completely lost that, or not completely lost it. I don't want to say, but I know that somebody took David. I don't know if somebody took David Finch under his wings, but I think he took that guy Fabok under his wings. Like he told him, like, hey, you're living in my city, come by, let's draw together. And every comic artist, like I know that sometimes you don't know stuff. And if you have a mentor, like I had the great honor to have Ralph Niese, check out his videos up here, as a mentor and friend. He sadly died 3 years ago. He had a heart attack. But he told me, like, he taught me, I don't know, like, not everything, but a lot, like, really a lot about colors, paintings, drawing comics, like a lot. I could write that guy at any point in a day, and he always answered, and he provided me with pictures and with solutions, and he was so supportive. And we were also talking about a lot of other stuff, like the things that I kind of draw or I am drawn to. Like I'm always thinking about, like, oh, I like Billy Idol, and what if we do something like yeah, I've always these gladiator stories. Always there is an oppressive system, and the people need to break free from that, and something suppressed, and a lot of that other stuff. And as you can see, we'll come to this in a second. Before that, I will do my technical stuff for Chuck. But my favorite movies: Team America, Keoma, Near Dark, Ginger Snaps, Edge of Tomorrow, Momo, Top Gun Maverick, Generation Kill, Wrestling with Shadows with Bret Hart, La La Land, American Pie. Well, you need some beautiful babes, but it's always the Gladiator, it's always the Spartacus, it's always the I don't want to kneel. And I think something is wrong with me, but probably something is very right with me, because I try to kneel, I just freaking can't. And that leads me then always to search books and kind of escape the structures that keep me down. And I always feel like a noir hero that is against all odds, battling it out. You might say, okay, you've watched too many movies, you're not grounded in reality. Maybe it is. But let me tell you something about that. I have another channel, and that was, it started out as a German channel, and back in the days, it started as my comic and animation channel. But then soon there were other problems, like health problems or societal problems, and I started commenting on those problems because I saw I went through difficulties in my own life, and then at a certain point I solved those problems. And lately I've made a video about gum disease and gum recession. And hear me out on this, because this is related. Like, it's about taking a look at a problem and then solving it. And it's about honesty, integrity, and also I have to say, Sean Strickland, thank you for being such a cool, honest guy. And I had gum recession and bleeding and inflammation, and the doctors want to cure that from the outside, and they want to tell you, okay, it's inflammation and it's bacteria. But they don't understand, and I had to learn this the hard way, but I'm very glad that I found it, because there's something called like traditional Chinese medicine, and it's very ancient, and they very early on, 3,000 years ago, recognized that most inflammation comes from within the body. And I think there's just either something is lacking in your body or something's too much, and there's either inflammation is like too much of a thing, and stagnation is too much of another thing. And so the medics couldn't help me. So I checked into traditional Chinese medicine, and they told me, you need to eat proper foods. You can't eat just bread and pasta and all that dry stuff. You need to eat real proper food like fiber, which is common sense, but some say common sense is not common practice. You need warm food. You need food that nourishes your body, that your body can digest, and then send to all of your body parts. And so if something's wrong in your body, something's maybe wrong with the input, either mentally, emotionally, or what goes into your mouth. And so the proper thing doesn't come out. And so I changed my diet, I changed my lifestyle, I tried to sleep more, stress less, eat more warming foods and nourishing foods, like a porridge in the morning or maybe even in the evening, eat less out. And because like I was working out a lot, and I had jobs also that were kind of somewhere else. So I was eating out a lot, and every time I ate out, I had a gum ache, or I don't know, how do you want to, some inflammation. And now it's all gone, and now I drink tea, and it's healing from within. So once I knew that about my body, and I have made similar experiences throughout my life, that there's like a common sense approach which doesn't solve anything. Like if you ask traditional Chinese medicine in Google, what's the reason of gum disease? They tell you it's dryness in your body, it's heat, which they call heat inflammation, and it's either it has to do with like sugary stuff or stuff you can't eat, you can't digest. And so once you know what it is, you can eliminate the inflammation. So the doctors are kind of right that it's bacteria and inflammation, but they don't tell you where that comes from. So they're missing an important point. They're just showing you the symptom, but not the root cause. And you cannot solve the symptom. You can just medicate it, but you need to solve the root cause, the root problem. So everything I see in my life is kind of looked through the lens, okay, what's real, what's not real, what's bullshit, what's not bullshit. And yeah. So sorry for letting you wait for 18 minutes, but I will send you to the 19-minute mark in a comment if I can. So let me show you what I use. If you want to record a YouTube channel, I would say I started out with this smartphone. It's a Redmi Note 8, and right now I'm filming on a Redmi 11S, and it has a really good camera. This one has a 48 pixel camera, and the one I'm filming right now has a 120 megapixel camera. So that is your camera. And this cost me here in Germany €160 and this one €180. So I think you can record on an Android phone, and you can use, you don't have, it doesn't, like this is the phone I use every day, and this is the video I use just as my camera, just as that, nothing else. But I want to move to this smartphone. But you could spend like €180 on a smartphone and just use that as your camera. So what do I need for the audio? I show you. I will just show you. So this is an MPOW headset. I think it cost me 20 to 30 euros, and I put it like in the microphone jack of the smartphone, and so I'm talking through this thing. But I'm not really sure. I didn't try it, but I think you could probably also use like ear-ins and put these ear-ins and see how good or bad like the audio is that you have on your YouTube video. But that's all I'm doing. Like and let me show you when I'm filming the comic videos. I'm using this thing. I don't know what's it called, but it's specifically made for creators. Like here's a lamp. You can put this. You can create different lights. I don't use it because I really truly love recording with natural light, as you can see. But you can put in here your microphone. You have different lights on this thing, and here you put in your smartphone, and that's it. As you can see, this is the one that has always like, I put my smartphone right here, and then it looks down, and then I flip the pages or show you the drawings. But I've also sometimes, I don't use it held hand anymore because like it's pretty wonky. Then there's another setup where you just put like something in here, and then you have a selfie stick. And the one I'm recording right now, let me show you this one. And this is my like 20 euro, how do you call it, a camera stand. This is like, it's really old and it does its job and it's really good, like really 20 euros. And as you can see here, mounted on this one, I can give you the exact thing is Dario.com. This is good because like this is, you put this on your 20 to 30 euro or dollar, what's it called again? Well, I have to see. But then you need something like this on top of it. And this is like a selfie holder or a smartphone holder. And this is good. As you can see, you can turn this into different directions. So the setup is pretty bare bones. And then what I do usually or lately, what I do is once it's on my smartphone, once it's recorded, I used to transfer it to my laptop and then upload it. But now I just go on my like YouTube ad. I just start up the smartphone. I start up the YouTube ad. I say upload it, and I directly upload it from the smartphone via internet to YouTube. And there's sometimes I do mistakes. Sometimes the picture is flipped or something is messed up. Then I have to transfer it to my laptop to go into something like Premiere or a different editing program. And like sometimes you record something with a smartphone and you want it to be like this, and sometimes it's flipped on its head, or sometimes it's recorded like this, but you need it this way. So it can all be solved and it can all be learned. So don't be discouraged. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to be a tech junkie. And somewhere here is, wait a second. Like, as you can see, this is the charger for my smartphone, and you could also take the cable from the charger. It's a USB cable. You plug it with your smartphone and with your laptop, and you just transfer the video file on your laptop, and then you can also upload it from your laptop to YouTube, and yeah, all of that stuff. So I'm coming to an end. What I wanted to share also is like, lately I was working a copywriter job that was promising and would have paid a great hourly salary, but I was not in love with it. And it was kind of hard. Like, I never have felt so much resistance in my life. I was just sitting down and I couldn't do the work. And lately I'm watching a lot of Sam Ovens, and I really, truly, I didn't think much of this guy. He was kind of cringy, but lately I'm watching it and he has somehow very long videos, but he's very reasonable and he has suffered through a lot. And that's why it's really wise and he's really relatable. And I'm kind of looking for something I love and to make that work in my life. And I can do the work, I can sit down and I can turn out artwork, so that's not a problem. But sometimes when I'm working for other people or when I'm not doing the work, I just cannot do the work. Something in my head doesn't let me do it. And I tried to resist it for a long time, but now I'm maybe understanding that it's necessary, and I'm just trying to find a way out. And he says, when you love doing the work, even if you didn't get paid for it, and that's for me. That's like drawing, creating games, music. Like, I know not everybody maybe can do this stuff, but I have certain skills and I already got paid in this stuff, so there's nothing wrong about that. But you can see the frustration. You're trying to build YouTube, but YouTube then kind of, well, it's not a security. If you do something wrong, they could flag you or shut you down or take your channel away. So I don't know. And then Sam Ovens also says, what are the movies you like? And as I said before, the movies I like, I kind of Team America, very funny, very critical of, as like of what's popular. Then Keoma is a Western, and Near Dark. I kind of like those stories where there is tyranny and some guy or girl or something comes in and takes back sovereignty and overthrows tyranny, or sets him or herself free, or at least talks about what's going wrong and how can we do it the right way. Yeah, and I think that's a classic rags to riches story. I hope I could help with this video. It's a long video, it's a messy video, but yeah, if you have questions, for the next 22 hours, I think I cannot reply because YouTube took away my ability to comment. But we will see. I have kind of in my imagination something like a golden or silver YouTube button, which came lately to me. So we'll see. We go through every difficulty and we see it through, and we will rise and shine. See you to the next video.